Good day, my loves. Welcome to Good Effing News, where all news is good news and we restore your faith in humanity. All of today's stories will be coming from r/faith in humanity, so hopefully this will restore your faith in humanity. This first post is from you/Ava Black PH. The title says, "One of my dementia patients taught me how to do her hair." Obligatory, this happened a few years ago, pre-pandemic. I was told to post here. I used to be a PCA, or personal care assistant. I would go to elderly or disabled people's homes and help them with non-medical tasks. Most of the time, I would clean, help with showers, dressing, and just provide some company. One of my clients, let's call her Margot, had severe dementia and her memory was pretty degraded. I would clean, help her shower and dress, and after all that, I'd pop on Hallmark or an old Western and we'd knit. Margot's daughter told me that she used to be a hairstylist and really loved having her hair done up. Unfortunately, Margot used curlers, and I have naturally curly hair and had absolutely no experience curling hair, but I would always try my hardest to do her justice, but it was definitely not the best. One day, Margot was having a good day, and when we sat her down to style her hair that day, she walked me through how to use the curlers properly. We had a really fun time, and she taught me everything I needed to know about using those curlers. Before I left, I wrote down everything she taught me so I'd remember it. About a week later, Margot was having a really bad day. She was very angry and confused. She had to shower, and after that, I sat her down and did her hair how she taught me. After styling, she checked her hair, turned to me, and asked me who taught me to do hair. I told her she did. Her entire demeanor changed instantly. She got this huge childlike smile. She realized she remembered something, and it made her so happy. I I love stories like this. Something about stories where elderly people still get treated like human beings in a world where they don't always get treated like human beings just really sticks with me, and this just puts a bright smile on my face. Let's go, Margot. Look at you with your good hair, sis. This next post is from Media Consumer 101. The title says, "Strangers are saving me avocado peels." I often challenge myself to make items last as long as possible because I want to live sustainably. Recently, some of my shirts got stained, and I wanted to try and dye them pink. You can supposedly do so with avocado pits and peels. Wait, what? You can? Huh. But I don't eat avocado, nor do my family members. So I sent out a message on a neighborhood app that reaches people all over my city to ask if they had any peels or pits I could pick up. An hour ago, I picked up an avocado from a complete stranger, and two more strangers are saving their pits and peels for me in case it works out well. I was so touched by these random people willing to lend a hand, or in this case, some of their leftovers. I felt a real sense of community today. Oh my god, a sense of community. Oh, I live in a huge city, like top 15 in the United States, huge city, and the concept of sense of community is, on one hand, lost because the city's so big, right? But on the other hand, just the culture of my city means that even though this is a giant place to live, it still feels so small and close knit. And city community is super important, you know? Like, we're social creatures. We need to have interaction with other human beings. We need to smile with people and laugh with people and joke around and aha pal, you know what I mean? So it's just super cool. So for some randos on the street to just be saving you avocado peels because they think it's cool what you're doing. Number one, recycling. Well, I mean, it's an avocado. It's biodegradable, but using something that they would normally use and giving it to somebody else because they have a use for it, like, uh, people people can be cool sometimes. People can be pretty cool sometimes. This next post is from OK Ambassador 2572. Title says, "I found a village. I'm a 27-year-old female, and I had my daughter on Christmas Eve 2021. I had an extremely long labor and a very traumatic birth. I had her naturally, and she was 10 pounds. When I found out I was pregnant, nobody was excited except for my mom and husband and a few friends. I was told I'd have all the support and help. I didn't want a baby shower. A friend I'd known for years insisted on me throwing one. I gave her several chances to back out, but she kept insisting. The day of the supposed event, I showed up to her house and she wasn't even home. I had to clean her house because it was a frickin' disaster. It was 95 degrees outside and she didn't have the AC on inside. I was 7 months pregnant at the time. I used the very last of the money I had to buy food and some cheap decorations. This girl who insisted on throwing me a shower literally did nothing. This wasn't a last minute thing. Shower was in October, started planning in July. She didn't even give me a gift and showed up 2 hours after I did. She contributed exactly one thing, and that was letting me use her house. Hardly anyone showed up to the shower after over 25 people RSVP'd. It was humiliating. I cried the entire hour ride home and for 3 days afterwards. This is my first and only baby, so I only get the one shower, and it was the most embarrassing experience of my life. When I had my daughter, nobody reached out. I had zero help. Nobody came to visit, nobody called, nothing. It was the loneliest time of my life. I don't work currently and live in the mountains, so I'm at home, just me and the baby, 24/7 unless one of us has an appointment. I cut everyone off after that. My daughter and I deserve people who will make efforts to see us. I recently posted in a local moms group. Our town has literally 1,400 people, it's very small and isolated, asking for diapers. I was almost out, and with how expensive everything is in California, we just didn't have it in the budget. Before you come for me, yes, I have been looking for work, but it has to be work from home or where I can take my baby, and I've been unsuccessful. Daycare is too expensive and far away, about 30 miles, and our moms live over an hour away, one way, so going to grandma's isn't an option. I sell my things on eBay and sell my breast milk to get by and help contribute where I can. I posted anonymously because I was so embarrassed. The admin messaged me and offered to make a post for me and collect things for me from group members on my behalf so I could stay anonymous. She asked if there was anything else I needed, and I told her summer clothes for my baby. She grew so quickly. She's 5 meters in 9 meter clothes, and everything I had was the wrong season. This lovely woman made a post about diapers and summer clothes, and so many moms came together for me, a complete anonymous stranger. I'm meeting with her tomorrow to pick up everything. This is more than I got at my baby shower, and it's all from basically strangers. Moms who don't know me and I've never met offered up diapers and clothes and gift cards and cash and went shopping for my daughter. All I asked for was a box or two of diapers. I cried. It takes a village, and I never had that until now. Friends I had for years got blown away by women I've never met. Faith in humanity restored. Faith in humanity restored indeed, but faith in me being able to say meters over it's supposed to say months. I'm so silly. No, but serious. It really does take a village. Like, yeah, we all know that. Okay, yes, it takes a village to raise a baby. It takes a village to raise a kid, whatever. But no, really, it truly does. I have a nephew. I don't have kids of my own, but I have a nephew. He's almost 6, and it takes, of course, his parents, his mom and his dad, but also me and my mom and my dad, his grandparents, his other grandmother, everybody. It takes everybody to help shape this kid and raise this kid and keep this kid safe and healthy and happy and, loving life and learning how to be a human in this crazy world. And it's not a one person job. And so I cannot imagine just how isolated she had to feel up in the mountains by herself, just her and her kid. But for so many moms to just be like, no, no, you're gonna get help. You know, that's them saying, I have been where you have been. And even if they weren't out in the mountains, obviously, even if they had help at home, they know it's hard. They know it's hard. I have never seen moms who weren't just like, girl, I get it. This next post is by Ember Taurus 537. It's titled, My High School Director Got Cancer, so me and my cast. A few years ago, my high school musical director was diagnosed with leukemia and was losing a lot of hair because of it. Me and my co-stars loved our director. She was like a grandmother to all of us. So the day that she had her hair shaken off was the same day she walked into rehearsal to see her entire cast of Legally Blonde in full costume with their heads shaven clean, with a sign that read, We love you, Mrs. M. She broke down, and it was the proudest moment of my life. We performed all 4 show nights without hair, no wigs, nothing, and it was great. Since then, she's passed, but I kept my hair undercut for her, and the Jerry Award I won from that show stands proudly on my shelf next to a picture of me and her. Love you so much, Mrs. M. I almost cried. If you heard my voice kind of crack at the end, that's just me almost crying. That is so sweet. Legally Blonde, if for some reason you've never seen Legally Blonde, okay, and it's also kind of in the title, part of what makes Elle, the character, so distinctive from everybody else in the movie is this beautiful, shiny, blonde head of hair, right? It's not, I wouldn't say it's, like, super duper important, integral to the cast playing their parts correctly, but it's definitely like you notice it, it's Elle, and then everybody else is brunette or black hair, not blonde, right? These actors just saying, nah, we don't need no wigs, nah, no hair, we're with you. The people who are out here watching the play have no idea what's going on. They just see, a bunch of shaven head actors. And I mean, it doesn't take away from the acting skills, of course not. They won an award, but like y'all are doing this for your director and nobody else. And I don't know. I was in theater when I was in middle school, and I mean, we kind of hated our director, but we loved each other. It is definitely a family dynamic, and I love that for y'all. I really hope wherever she is now, she's happier, and I know she remembers y'all for who you are and what you've done for her, and that is just so freaking sweet. Okay, this next post is from Put Former. The title says, "My Uber driver went above and beyond. Thank you, Christopher." I am so happy right now. I just have to tell someone this story. I was at work tonight, took an Uber home. License is suspended currently, and wanted to stop at a gas station to grab some kratom and some smokes. Got to the gas station and realized I didn't have my card on me. I was so mad. But I decided to ask my driver if he had 40 bucks on him I could borrow, and I'd tip it back to him. I was 100% expecting a no, but to my surprise, he said yes, with no hesitation. He gave me the cash so I could get what I needed, and after the ride, I tipped him 80 bucks. Enjoy that extra $40, Christopher. You deserve it and so much more. I mean, yeah, shout out to people who have you in a tight spot. Like, yeah, of course, we can't be out here giving our money to everybody, but every so often, you gotta just be like, I feel you. Here's some money, buddy. And shout out to OP also for tipping him not just the 40 bucks he borrowed, but an extra 40. Like, that's passing it forward. That's saying, not only do I appreciate you enough to break even, but I appreciate you so much, I want you to go have some extra money. Like, thank you, but also, it's my turn to treat you, you know? This next post is by Frosty Ad 7269, titled, "I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you." The past 3 years have been terrible years for so many, many people. They were bad for me. I got cheated on in a 4-year relationship. I got medically discharged from the US Army. I lost my house in June of last year. I gained a bunch of weight. On top of all of that, a lot of family problems, losing friends and family. It was rough. But I now have a home. I'm losing weight. I'm in a better place mentally. I actually feel good about myself. I haven't been happy in a long time. I'm starting to feel happy. So, with all of that, if I can do it, so can anyone. I know what it's like to struggle. I really do. If you, yes, you, need anyone to talk to, please let me know. I would be honored to. Have a good day, night, afternoon, happy time zone. Ugh. Ugh. Mmm. Yes. Just gonna piggyback off OP here. I'm proud of you. This has been hard. This has been a hard past 3 years. It's 2022. Foolishness started in 2019. COVID put us in lockdown and then continued to keep us from life as we knew it. And I don't think we've come out of it yet. And we can do it. It was very, very hard for a lot of people. My therapist called it COVID depression. Even people who didn't actually have depression were out here experiencing symptoms because they were cut off from friends, family, loved ones. They couldn't go outside. They couldn't be around other people. And even the most introverted of introverts needs some smidgen of human interaction. And I know that because I am the most introverted of introverts, but I will die without human companionship. So, yeah, I believe in us. We're going to make it. We're going to be okay. Okay? The sun comes up every day. It is always darkest before dawn, but everything comes to an end, and this too shall pass. That's just how I live my life, and I think I'm gonna live it for y'all until you believe it with me. This next post is from Heyo13579, titled, "So That Happened." This morning I stopped by Chick-fil-A to get breakfast, and I pull up to the window to pay, and the cashier said, "Oh, your order has already been paid." I'm like, huh? So she tells me that apparently the guy in front of me paid for his order, so the guy in front of me paid for mine. So I decided to continue the chain and pay for the person behind me. This made my day. Oh my god, I've always wanted to be a part of those chains, and not just because I want someone to pay for my food. I mean, like in a perfect world, pay for my food, but like to be a part of that. I don't know. Like keep it going, keep that good vibe going, especially in the morning. Like ain't nobody trying to. This might just be me, but I'm kind of a jerk first thing in the morning. I don't know, that would take me out of my jerkiness of the morning. You know what I mean? The sun would rise on me if the cashier was like, "Your food's been paid for. Would you like to continue the chain?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I'm trying to continue the chain." Unless the person behind me had like a van full of people and the total was something like 180 bucks, I'd be like, for financial reasons, no, but I'll Tell them I love them. You know what I mean? This post is called Callie's Hydro Homies, posted by OwnGap551. So, I'm from a rainy region and wasn't used to hot or dry climates. I was visiting family in Cali, and while I was walking around, a van pulled up to the house I was walking by. Two people jumped out of the van. At the same time, some people from the house ran up to the van and opened the side door. They pulled out a good 20 or more cases of water, with the last two cases just handing them out to everyone on the street. One guy even tossed me one. Yo, man, it's hot. It's hot. All motherfucking week. Stay hydrated. It made my day. I was dripping sweat and definitely needed it. I That is so real. That is so real. Just be like, yeah, listen. We don't have to fight, all right? Like, real talk. It's just hot. It's hot out here. Like, it's nobody can argue with me like anywhere on earth right now except for the people who are experiencing winter. But it's hot as hell out here, right? Like, it is unnaturally hot and I hate it. I really do. Like, I'm a summer baby. My birthday, as I'm recording this, today's July 25th. My birthday's tomorrow. The high for tomorrow is like 101. And normally I'm like, yeah, summer, heat, go outside, swim in the pool. But I'm like, Jesus Christ, if my air conditioning wasn't working right now, I would be miserable. Miserable, okay? So for the people who have higher heat than I'm experiencing in Texas, I am pulling for y'all, okay? I wish hydro homies on everybody. And this, of course, is your reminder to drink some freaking water. Thanks for joining me for Good Effing News. If you like this content, smack the subscribe button for some more good news to keep you going. Have a great day and find your silver lining.